students, in today's lecture we are going to see about DC generator types and its characteristics. So we have seen about the what is DC generator and its principle, working operation, as well as the EMF equation. So here in this class we are going to see the types of the DC generator. So based on the excitation of field winding, we can classify the DC generator types into separately excited DC generator and self-excited DC generator. So again, the self-excited DC generator is further classified into series DC generator, shunt DC generator and compound DC generator. So the first type is separately excited DC generator. Separately excited DC generator. In this, the field, so this is the field winding. So RF is nothing but the resistance across the field winding. So there is a current flow across this winding, that is ISHS. So this field winding is separately excited through the external DC supply. So here the armature is represented like this. So across the armature there is a armature resistance as well as armature current, that is IA. Across the armature we are connecting the load. So across the load we have a terminal voltage. So in all these DC generator types we are going to see about what is voltage current relationship. So first we have to apply KVL to this loop. So by applying KVL, what we are going to find out? We are going to find out the EMF induced across the armature through the field winding, which is separately excited. So the EMF induced, that is EG equal to that has been shared to your IA into RA plus the terminal voltage plus V brush. So V brush is nothing but the voltage across the brushes. So this is very minimum. It can be negligible. So that self-excited DC generator. Under self-excited DC generator, we have a series generator. The first type is series generator. So how the winding is self-excited means, so there is a minimum amount of flux across your armature. So that flux will be excited. That flux will excite your field winding. So that is a self-excited DC generator. So the first type of self-excited DC generator is series generator. So series in the sense we are going to connect our field winding in series with the armature. So armature we are connected. So always we know in series circuit the currents are same. That is so this series resistance current is equivalent to armature current, because in a series circuit the current is same. So IA equal to ISC equal to IL. Okay, so now we are going to find out what is the voltage current relationship. For that we have to apply KVL. So if we are applying KVL means EG equal to the voltage across the armature, that is IA into RA plus voltage across this field winding, that is ISC into RSC plus V, that is terminal voltage, this voltage plus voltage across the brushes. So this is the series generator VI relationship, this one. Okay, then sorry, shunt generator. So in this shunt generator, shunt means parallel, you know that. So in this shunt generator, the field winding is connected in parallel with the armature. So here it is connected. So the resistance across the shunt fielding is RSH. Okay. So again this current IA is feeded to your field winding as well as the load. So this IA current feeding the ISH current as well as IL current. So now we want to write down the equation VI relationship in the shunt generator. So we have to apply in the second loop KVL we have to apply. So EG equal to IA into RA similarly plus V plus V brush. Okay, so we have to write down this current relationship too. So at this node, if you are applying the KCL, means IA equal to ISH plus IL. So this is the shunt generator current voltage relationship. Compound generator. Here in the compound generator, it consists of both shunt field and a series field. So in that we have again two types. First one is long shunt compound generator, then short shunt compound generator. So in the long shunt, the series winding is connected in series with the armature. The shunt is connected parallel with the this combination. Okay. So first we have to write down the current equation, that is ISC. Here ISC, if you are applying KCL here, ISC equal to ISH plus IL, that you know already. So this ISC and IA is series, in series. If the current across the series circuit is same, so IA equal to ISC, that you know already. So I have written the equation here. Now you have to apply the KVL to the second loop, and in order to find your induced EMF across the armature. So EG equal to, as we all know, IA into RA plus ISC into RSC plus V plus V brush. This is the voltage across EMF and induced across your EG. So already you know that ISC equal to IA. So if you are taking common IA, then it become IA into RA plus ISC plus V brush. So from this equation we can find out what is IA current, armature current, or whatever parameter you want, you can easily calculate. So now the current, shunt current equal to the terminal voltage divided by your shunt resistance. Shunt compound generator. Short shunt compound generator. In this, this winding is in series, but it is not connected across your this path. Not this path, but it is connected here. So this is a short shunt. So if you are writing the equation for this, again it is EG equal to IA into RA plus ISC into RSC plus V brush. Okay. Now the ISC current is equivalent to IL, not equivalent with IA, but it is equivalent with IL. So that is the main difference between your short shunt and long shunt. So the voltage across the shunt field winding is, so we have to apply KVL to the loop. So EG equal to ISH into RSH plus IARA plus V brush. So this is the second equation for the loop 1, and this is the first equation for the loop 2. So if you are equating both the equation, we can get what is the relationship between your shunt field winding and series field winding. So all this voltage to current relationship, they will ask problems. So you have to keep remember your circuit as well as the VI relationship. Then you can proceed with your problem easily. So your internal and external characteristics can be played in between E and. So the next type is separately excited DC generator. So in that we are going to see about the open circuit characteristics. As we always know, so the open circuit characteristics or OCC characteristics should plot in between your E0 versus IF. So E0 is nothing but your induced EMF and IF is nothing but your field current. So induced EMF is directly proportional to your field flux. So if you are increasing the field flux as well as your field current also you are increasing. So that's why we are taking E0 versus IF. So if I am increasing the IF field current, if I am increasing, there is a increase in speed as well as increase in the EMF voltage. That is what shown. So here there is a E0. So whenever the current IF is 0, so there should be no EMF, but here there is some EMF in between the plot of 0 to A. So in this area there is some EMF. So this EMF is due to the residual magnetism. Okay. So whenever my IF current is 0, due to the residual magnetism, there is a small amount of EMF. So once after increasing my IF from 0 point, it automatically the speed of the armature is getting increased. So here they are representing three different speeds. So after certain point, after this N3, it will not become increased. So it will get the saturation position. Okay. So this is about your open circuit characteristics. So EG and IA. So here there is three plots B, C and D. So first let me tell, this B is nothing but no load condition and C is nothing but load condition. So this all B, C, D are induced EMFs. So the B is with no load condition, C is with load and again D is with load. Okay, and C is your internal characteristics and D is your external characteristics. As I mentioned here, C is nothing but internal and D is nothing but external characteristics. So whenever you are increasing the load current, so for the ideal condition, when there is a no load condition, the EMF is constant, that is represented in the blue color. So this is for ideal DC generator. Okay, whenever we are applying load up, whenever we are applying load, after that if we are increasing the load current, so there will be some drop from the this blue line. Okay, there will be some drop from this blue line. This is because of the armature reaction. So because of the armature reaction, there will be some drop. Okay. So again, if I'm applying the load and increasing the load current, what may happen to your external characteristics? So again, there will be some drop across your D plot. That is because of the armature resistance. That is the ohmic voltage drop because of the armature resistance IA into RA drop. For because of that, there is a drop over the plot. Okay, this is the internal external characteristics of your separately excited DC generator. And this is again the self-excited DC generator. The first type is DC shunt generator. So this is the open circuit voltage. Again, I should plot the open circuit characteristics curve in between EG as well as IF. So if I'm increasing my IF value, the EMF get gradually increased. After this R point, it will become saturation condition. For the same DC shunt generator, internal and external characteristic, it is similar to your separately excited DC generator. Same thing. Okay, but the drop across your D is somewhat more than that of your separately excited DC generator. Then series generator, DC series generator. The open circuit curve is same as well of your shunt generator. So I have skipped that one. So here, so if I am increasing my load current, what is the EMF across your armature? So this is the ideal case. The B is nothing but ideal case or no load case. And the C, there is a drop because of the armature reaction. And for D, there is a drop due to the ohmic voltage drop. Then finally, the third type of self-excited DC generator, that is DC compound generator. So the internal external characteristics of compound generator are like this. So here there are three components. One is a flat component, flat compound and over compound and unknown compound. So what is a flat compound means? The series here in the compound generator there are there are two field windings, series field winding as well as the shunt field winding. Okay, so whatever the flux drop due to the shunt field winding, that has been compensated by the series field winding. So here in the flat compound, the series field winding is equivalent to shunt field excitation. Okay, there is a series field excitation equal to shunt field excitation. So here V equal to, that is terminal voltage equal to EG, induced voltage. So coming to the over compound, the series field winding greater than the shunt field excitation. Okay, so here the excitation in the sense the series winding get excited, okay, than that of shunt field excitation. Okay, so terminal voltage is greater than the induced EMF across the armature. So under compound, third case is under compound. This under compound, when there is a series field excitation is less than the shunt field excitation. So V is less than the EG. So this is about your characteristics curves of your DC